Let's do it.
And who loves you? And who do you love?
What are we waiting for? Let's do it. Whoa.
We're done. You are not allowed to do it.
Fucking convict!
Oh, wow.
Live from the new kingdom, it's the OBDM podcast.
Real.
Now, here's your hosts, Midnight Mike, Joe, and Gretchen.
Here's a thriller. You will become one with the Borg.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another fun-filled podcast adventure. Hooray. My name's Midnight Mike, and Gretchen is over there on screen.
I do hate this place.
Yep.
I'm gonna quit today.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and just shut the show down. Yeah.
I'll quit
I'm not
today.
I'm not sure if the medications don't work because I'm not on any medications and haven't been on medications for decades.
All right.
That's it. I'm done today.
I believe we have a good show for everyone today. I feel that in my heart. But first of all, I want to welcome everyone back to America's Podcast. Yes, we are America's Podcast. It's like a sub-headline that you might see on some podcast providers.
I'm talking about America Rodriguez, that guy who wrote in from New Mexico.
Yes.
It's his favorite podcast.
Exactly. We're America's Podcast. It's Saturday, people, so thank you, everyone, for taking the time out of your busy days to come here and hang out.
Relax.
Yes, and relax. That's what we'd like to do.
It's a little disconcerting to have somebody yell "relax" at you.
It probably has the opposite intention.
Hey,
Hey,
relax.
It does. I don't think it works like that. Not on a Saturday.
You know what Saturdays are? Saturday
Sunday.
Saturday's my name.
That's right. We're going to have a lot of fun today. People looking at the headline of this show. We're going to be talking about red-eyed aliens.
Hey.
This is something that I've been digging into for quite a while. Reading books, perusing manuscripts, documentation, blueprints, and general internet chicanery to try to come up with some sort of sense of what may be going on with the red-eyed aliens. Also in the headline, I have remote viewing the 3-eye Atlas Comet asteroid thing. I don't know. We'll throw that up in the air. Maybe we'll touch on that. I don't know. I also have, I guess when it comes to current events, there's been a lot of troubling things going on in the UK and disturbing things. We haven't touched on many politics or geopolitics things, so I'll leave that up to the fans as well, too. And I definitely want to thank some people that have sent some things into the P.O. box. Yay! And Gretchen, I don't think we can forget, when we open the phone lines, we will be giving away 5 pounds of pumpkin spice today.
I thought it was more than that.
No, we're not sending 25 pounds. The shipping on that would be a nightmare. 5 pounds shipped from Amazon, I think, is good
enough. You send
enough.
it one piece of spice at a time. It's cheaper that way.
We dole it out. I bet
you send a postcard and you put it behind the stamp on the postcard.
We probably could. I think we could send it to everyone who listens to the show at that point and more. But yeah, we have just a whole host of headlines to get to. There's certain things that I don't even think we'll have a chance to get to, like a teenage girl who sells her boyfriend into slavery. I don't even know if we're going to have time to get to that
That's an
one.
entrepreneur with just upward mobility written all over her.
Don't know if we're going to have time to get to that story.
Well, before we get to whatever you've got first, this one just got dropped into the Carrot Shop for you.
Oh.
You may want to start with this just to kind of set the stage.
Sure.
Thanks to Short Fuse for digging up this piece of crap.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Well, let's see what's going on here. We'll start off a little lighter and see what the.
This will give everybody a good chuckle.
Okay, it's time to laugh. Let us laugh. In fact, let me
It's time to laugh again.
It is. We'll bring up the show leveler just so I can make sure everything's compressed, normalized, EQ'd, and then we have that optical oral exciter, and then the big bottom, which Cratchit likes.
Like the big bottom and the sparkle. On both.
And I think this, for people listening, this is a person that's crying.
She is quite upset.
And rightfully so.
Not really.
I don't know what she's crying about, but...
Oh, you're going to love it.
All right, let's get this up on screen. Yeah, people watching at home, I was listening to the Mastodon drummer play a jazz song. So that's what's up on screen right now. But we will listen to this person complain.
If you use Apple Pay, honestly, just be so careful. This is a little embarrassing to admit, but if this could help one person, then I'm really willing to share what my experience was. I'm just going to lay it out like this. When you use Apple Pay, that's real money. That's true American dollars from your credit card. If you have your credit card connected, that's where the money is being sourced from. It's not like a special form of Apple Pay, Apple dollars. Why they don't just say this is real money while you're paying, I don't know. Because I thought that I had accumulated a bunch of Apple dollars to use for Apple Pay by, spending so much time on my phone, giving my data very freely and willingly to any place that asks, like whatever they say, are cookies okay? I say yes, 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 because I thought that's how I was getting prizes, getting rewards, getting Apple dollars. So I didn't think that was real money till I checked my credit card bill. I've been spending money like I'm a friggin' millionaire. I got hair mousse. I have straight hair. My hair doesn't even hold mousse. I call Apple to straighten things out. I go, I please speak with Mr. Steve Jobs? They go, he's no longer with us.
Okay, she is lying.
I want the money!
Okay, one. So she can't be that dumb to think that Apple Pay is not connected to your real bank account.
I think she could be that dumb.
But also know who Steve Jobs is. That's when she said she doesn't
Rip
know that,
stove jibs.
but she knows who Steve Jobs is. That's the disconnect.
She seems like the sort of person who would just look that up on Google or ChatGPT and who's in charge of Apple. And they're like, it was founded by Steve Jobs. I think, all right, call him.
Maybe, but it would say Tim Cook at this point. Put me in contact with Tim. But that's not what she's saying.
Ask for Sturve Jibs and see what you get.
Yeah, well, I don't think that she. It's hard to believe that she would not know this. For me, it's troubling to think. But maybe it's true.
I mean, you're right. It could be entirely fake. However, a good parody like this is so close to the realm of possibility that it seems plausible.
Yeah.
Where's Tim?
She's looking for
Tim would know.
Yeah. You're right. This is where the lines are blurred. We don't know what's real. We don't know what's fake. She does apparently have some tears. She seems very emotional. And it does seem plausible that a young person might not know what Apple Pay is. She might equate it to Disney dollars, because, that's a thing. Disney, but you have to exchange real hard U.S. currency for Disney dollars.
This same argument comes up every time someone who is 18 or 19 or whatever and gets a credit card. Oh, yeah. It's free money.
Yeah.
I just swipe this and get all sorts of. Well, no, in a couple of weeks they're going to ask for that money.
Yeah,
that's where you make the money.
Well, that's where the credit card companies make the money.
That's where they make the money.
Give me money, I kill you.
That's what the credit card.
That's what they say when you owe them.
Yeah, when you get a debt collector calling you, that's like call number 3.
The first two, they're polite.
Yeah, they're pretty polite.
Money, 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 money.
They sing to you a little bit.
Hello, Mr. Midnight. We know you owe us some money, Mr. Midnight, but we wouldn't want to ruin your future, Mr. Midnight.
Yeah.
It's the third call they're just threatening.
Give me money, give me bitch.
That's call 2.
That's 2. Third one, they go straight to murder.
Yeah. Well, troubling, but I believe it, and it's mixed. We don't know what to believe. We don't know what's going on, and that's the point of some of this stuff.
We don't know
By the
what's
way,
happening.
In the chat, Squalor Bill says, no. Apple Pay means that Apple is paying. So use that.
I think that's what she was insinuating. It's like, I thought Apple's going to pick up the tab because I spent $1,000 on a phone.
said Apple Pay. I'll put it on Pay. There you go. They're paying.
Let Apple do it. Yeah. I wouldn't, like, it's unfortunate. Maybe she said in a later video, like, how much money she wound up spending. But, I would say thousands of dollars. Maybe $10,000. But we'll find out later. Maybe we'll do a follow-up. But that's interesting.
We'll spend some cycles on that one.
I you know, if there's a follow-up, I'll pay attention. So curious to see how her financial situation works out. All right, want to talk about some aliens?
Only if they have red eyes.
Well, lucky for you,
All right.
the very aliens that I'm going to talk about do. Let me get the book real quick. Here we go. Okay, so I've been reading through this book called Encounter. I'll hold this up on screen. Encounter.
How come the aliens on the front cover of that don't have red eyes?
They do. I don't think it's translating over the video.
Look orange.
Okay,
Adjust your white balance.
They're orangish red. Fiery red orange. But this is a bookie. A book. I was looking at Kelly, and the word book came in my head.
This is a bookie.
This is a bookie. This is a bookie. This is a book by Kelly Cahill, and it's about her abduction experience in 1993 from Australia. I think you can purchase used copies of this on Amazon. Not very expensive, but I picked it up at a half price books for about $10-12. It's a UFO abduction case that I wasn't really familiar with, and when I initially started reading, and they said in the first abduction scenario that they had red eyes, it's like, how many of these alien abduction cases really have red eyes? I'm used to, I guess, reading about these small little gray aliens that have big black almond eyes, not typically glowing red eyes. Yeah, delicious and not nearly as menacing as glowing red eyes. I think most people would associate the red glowing eyes as something menacing and evil.
By the way, it is available on Amazon as a used book. There is one copy, $227.
Whoa! Yeah, I guess I'm fairly lucky. I got mine for $12. So this bookie could cost a lot of money.
Yeah, sounds like it's out of print.
Yeah, but there's various articles out there, and I'll bring one up, but it doesn't go in. This article that I found doesn't go into how detailed her experience was, what she remembered, and some of the weird, relationship interactions she had with her husband over this experience.
Oh.
So I'll read just a little bit of this, and maybe I will elaborate as we go along. So yeah, aliens with red eyes abducted Australian woman in 1993 and told her they would invade Earth. That's the headline from howandwhys.com. In the early evening of August 8th, 1993, 27-year-old Kelly Cahill and her husband were returning home by car from a friend's party in the suburbs of Melbourne, Australia. They were going along the quiet foothills when Kelly saw a ring of orange lights hovering over the road in front of the car. Kelly remembered that she had seen the same strange lights while going to the friend's party, but they ignored them, thinking that they were a helicopter. The Cahills noticed that they were getting closer and closer to the object, but there was no noise coming from this object. The UFO had round windows with glass, and she saw some people inside there sitting. So what they're failing to mention here in this article, in certain other articles, is that when the husband and wife couple were going to the party, Kelly, who turned to Christianity during the marriage to her Muslim husband, so she got heavily into Christianity during her marriage. So much so that she would spend 8 to 10 hours a day praying in the back room, reading over Bible passages almost every day for a month or two on end, trying to get closer to God the Father, as what she would commonly refer to her version of the all-knowing God. And she was in heavy prayer session for day in, day out, while the husband was taking care of the house, taking care of the kids, making sure the kids got to school. And he seemed somewhat understanding to her religious devotion, even though she was Christian. And this was a point of friction between himself, who was a Muslim, and his family. But he respected those religious differences, and they seemed to have a somewhat healthy relationship. Now, before they even traveled to the friend's house for the party, and during that trip, that's when they had their UFO experience. She had what she considers a religious experience, the presence of God experience. So one afternoon during a prayer session, Kelly felt an overwhelming presence fill the room. It was so intense that she could hardly breathe. But she equated it as almost like a crushing feeling, but divine energy wrapping around her. So that's a weird paradoxical way. It's like it's a divine energy, but it's crushing me. She staggered out of the room, told her husband, Andrew, that's his name, what had happened. And Andrew said, you know what? Coincidentally, when you're back there praying, the whole sky lit up with a bright flash. And it was like that bright flash was from horizon to horizon. So weird coincidence. Kelly took that this was a sign from God, and confirmation that her prayers and her prayer sessions were paying off for understanding God and making a closer relationship with God. So she thought she was on the right path here. Fast forward to when they're going to the party. So they're traveling down the road, going to their friend's party in Melbourne, and Kelly's looking out the window, and she sees this string of lights in the forest, and she sees like this shape, like almost like a padlock shaped object with lights. She instinctively knows that this is something interesting. This is unique. This is something divine. But she doesn't think to tell her husband to stop at that point. She feels a little embarrassed to say anything. And so they keep driving down the road, but she sends out a telepathic message to this thing, this mental prayer saying, God the Father, please wait here. We will be back. I want to see you. So she kind of sends out this telepathic message to this craft that she sees on the side of the road. They keep going to the party. They have a good time at the party. But at the birthday party, she mentions that she saw this weird craft in the woods. And, this is 1993. She's ridiculed by everyone at the party that she saw a UFO. Even her husband, Andrew, ridicules her, calls her stupid. And she feels kind of ashamed that she even brought it up. But she kind of like backed off a little bit, didn't really try to convince anybody. And then that's when they decided to head home. And it was late at night. It was about 11 o'clock at night. They wanted to make sure they didn't get home too late. And that's when they stumbled upon these lights on the road. And this is where things start to get interesting. And this is kind of where the story picks up. They kind of missed a lot of the preamble, which I think is fascinating and kind of informs her entire experience when it comes to like a religious angle, is what she's looking at it as. So back to the article here, they tried to ignore the object that was in the road and continued on the way. But after about 1 kilometer, they saw a very bright light ahead. They decided to go further, and that was the last thing Kelly remembers. She said that her whole body was filled when they finally came to, after blacking out, that her whole body was filled with adrenaline. Her heart was beating fast. They had no clue exactly what had happened to him. Kelly's husband thought that they maybe took a wrong turn, and they felt very unusual from that loss of time. So they basically had missing time there. But Kelly does remember what happened. She remembers the first 15 minutes of the hour and a half of missing time. And this is basically what she remembers from that experience. So when they approached that ball of light, their attention was to the side of the road where they saw a craft about 100 meters away from the road. So Kelly convinced her husband, Andrew, hey, stop the car. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see a craft like this, to see this event. So Andrew reluctantly stopped the car. They got out of their car and approached the fence line, and they recognized that this fence is most likely electric, so they're standing on one side. The craft is on the other side. And as they stare at this craft, Kelly, who is very religious, probably much more religious than her husband, is quieting her mind, just trying to absorb the situation, trying to just be at one with what she thinks is a godlike religious experience. And as they stand there, they see this entity, like one entity, this I would say a black silhouetted, red-eyed entity below the craft. And the craft is hovering up in the air, and below it are almost strands of blue light. And there's like a blue mist that is surrounding the entire area that is being illuminated by the craft. They said that Kelly remembers that there's no real sound that they could detect, almost kind of like there was an Oz factor where a lot of time missing 411 people, when they're in the woods and there's a strange situation going on, the entire force quiets down. That's what her and Andrew were experiencing, especially when they saw this larger black silhouette with red eyes standing below the craft. Seeing this kind of startled Kelly, obviously, this tall black figure. But they did notice, like as they were watching, 2 more cars pulled up behind them. And a total of 5 additional people got out of the cars behind them and were watching the craft and this now entity underneath the craft with them. So there was like a group of people. Well, as she opened up her mind even more and more, she got a bad feeling from these things. She got a bad feeling from these black-eyed aliens. And she said to Andrew that these things are evil. They are not here for us. They are here to take our souls. And she said this, and this statement provoked the black figure, the black silhouette, and then all of a sudden, when she got done with that kind of thought, more of these tall black figures materialized underneath the craft, and they started to rush towards the crowd. And she picked up in her head, almost like the thought from these entities, let's kill them. That's the thought that she picked up, possibly telepathically, because she was trying to center herself in the experience. That's what she picked up on. And as the 7 or 8 silhouetted, red-eyed aliens started to charge at the crowd of humans about 100 meters away, Kelly and her husband tried to retreat, but these things were gliding very quickly across that 100 meters. Like it said they weren't running; they were gliding or floating much faster than anybody could run. In fact, she said that one of the red-eyed entities was on top of them in a span of 3 to 4 seconds, that quickly. And at that point in time, she was starting to panic a little bit more. She could feel as this thing approached her and Andrew, like this thing was projecting horror and evilness. It wasn't just like you felt that emotion. It was like that feeling was being projected at them. It was almost, and she equated it as almost as though, like if you hear really heavy like sub frequencies from a bass or from like an amplifier where you feel the bass more than you hear it. That's what she equated that feeling to. It's like almost kind of like almost like a compression, and she felt it. And then all of a sudden, this being must have shot like some sort of energy pulse or force energy at her, and it hit Kelly in the stomach. She went flying back. She landed on her bottom. She was blinded. She was nauseated. And she was having a hard time breathing, but she managed to scream out, "These things have no souls. They are evil." And she like yelled that out. Andrew, her husband, kind of stumbles away a little bit, kind of discombobulated, not sure what to do in this situation when you're surrounded by anywhere from 6 to 8 feet tall, black silhouette, red glowing eyed entities that came out of nowhere. Not really sure what to do. But he cried out, "Let me go," as they grabbed a hold of him. And then all of a sudden, at that point in time, when the entities got on basically within melee combat range of all the humans and pretty much had subdued them, there was this super calm, super sterile, perfect English voice that everyone could hear in their heads. And it said out loud, it probably most likely was emanating from the craft and not necessarily the red-eyed entities. It said, "We mean you no harm." And to this, as they heard it, Andrew, the husband, says, "We mean you no harm. Then why did you hit my wife, Kelly?" And that's what Andrew said, kind of protesting what he had just heard. And that was the last time that Andrew spoke. For the remainder of the experience, the only voice that was heard was this completely perfect and sterile voice. Or it was Kelly kind of trying to catch her breath and crying hysterically. But in response to Andrew's question of why did they hit Kelly, the sterile voice from the craft said, "I wouldn't harm her after all. I am her father." So, Gretchen, you could, there's a couple of ways you could interpret that. Is this voice from the craft saying, "I am Kelly's biological father"? I am Kelly's actual, I gave birth to Kelly? Or is this voice saying, no, when she prayed to God the Father, this voice is insinuating, "I am God the Father that Kelly was praying to, and I would never hurt one of my children"? I think there's a couple different ways to interpret that. I think it's a spiritual angle. That's the way I'm kind of leaning in that direction.
I think it's a feint. It's just like they said, "We mean you no harm" after attacking. So say that while you're about to attack.
It does seem like a bunch of trickster stuff at this point. They are saying one thing and doing the opposite. It does. So to that point that this voice said, "I wouldn't harm her. After all, I am her father," Kelly responds back, "You're not my father. You are evil."
Or more accurately, "You're not my real dad."
Exactly.
I am your father.
No, I don't think it was like that, but it's pretty close. That's not the perfect English voice that was conveyed, I don't believe. But, Kelly's protested, "Hey, you're not my father. You're evil." Then the voice replied back, "We are peaceful people." So then Kelly, after hearing this, she was sobbing. She finally caught her breath. She's still sitting on the ground. And she managed to scream out, "Don't believe them. They are not really peaceful. They are trying to trick you. They want your souls. They're trying to steal your souls." And she says, "I know this sounds crazy, but deprived of all my logical fallacies, and I'm trying to convince you that these things have no souls, and they want your souls." And then very calmly, the voice from this floating craft said with total authority, "Will someone please do something about her?" It was the voice, she said, was so cutting, so condescending that she felt like as if there was a hierarchical, like these beings, whatever they are, they don't really have any regard for human autonomy, wishes, or life. And so with that, one of these black entities came over and placed their hand on Kelly's shoulder, and she felt this wave come over her, almost as if it was trying to subdue her. Now, the wave wasn't like grabbing her in like a menacing, like you grab down on somebody to try to let them know that, hey, I got power over you. This is like almost like a calming touch to try to calm her down. But Kelly, this enraged Kelly. Kelly, as she felt a hand on her, she screamed out. She got enraged. She said, "How dare you do this to innocent people?" And she said her righteous anger came forth like a raging river, and she bellowed out, "How dare you, how dare you, how dare you put terror into the hearts of these innocent people? Get out of here. Do you hear me? In the name of God, get out of here and go back to where you came from." And she said in that instance, when she screamed out in total rage, she felt the hand on her shoulder loosen up, as if her emotional outburst of rage seemed to rattle these entities enough to loosen their hold on the situation. But that was the last thing she remembers. And that entire interaction, that was like 15 minutes. They have a whole additional hour of missing time. And when they got back home, they talked about seeing a UFO. They talked about their encounter as much as they could. But Andrew, the husband, was a total dick about the entire situation. He basically told his wife, "Hey, don't forget about it, or don't think about it. Just forget it. Go to bed. There's nothing good that can come of this from talking about it." Although he did equate it to demons, and I was expecting him from a Muslim background to maybe associate this with the jinn, which he did not, at least not according to the book. But he would often, throughout the book, every time Kelly brought up the encounter, aliens, or things like that, he would be very dismissive of his wife. And even though he acknowledges they had the same encounter, that they both saw the same things, he doesn't remember as much from the actual alien encounters, but he does admit to seeing the UFO and seeing some sort of creature. He would just blow it off and did not want to engage in any conversation about it, and would basically just call her crazy. And that was the beginning of the end of their marriage, because they just couldn't talk about that shared experience anymore. But they did realize that after that encounter, Kelly did find some weird triangle marks on her body below the navel, and that she was also bleeding from either from a phantom pregnancy or an actual pregnancy or a miscarriage, and that bleeding persisted for several weeks, and it was so consistent that she saw a gynecologist, and I believe the gynecologist suggested that it looks like you may have had a pregnancy and you had a miscarriage, but they really couldn't pinpoint it. There was a variety of other factors going on that they really couldn't pinpoint it back there in 1993. Now, in the aftermath of this, that one encounter was scary enough. But in the weeks that followed, she said she was visited 2 additional times in her bedroom by tall, hooded, red-eyed entities. And she would often, like when she was prepared and when she was awake, that these entities like put some sort of tube in her at nighttime. They would stand over, put some sort of tube in her, and it felt like they were sucking the life force out of her. Like it was a very constrictive sucking, like it threw out her chest. She was under the impression that these things were taking her life force from her. And the first encounter, she experienced this, like this entity standing over her. She locked eyes with it. And in the next 3 seconds after locking eyes with it, it just poof, vanished. It didn't go through a wall. It just dematerialized. The same thing with the second encounter. She felt this thing pulling at her, trying to remove her from the bed by the legs. She woke up in a state of paralysis, but she was able to kind of get her sense about herself enough to lock eyes with it again. She felt that wave of terror again, and then poof, this thing just went away. Now, all during this, she is still, questioning her faith in Christianity, questioning whether or not this is God-related. This is demonic. And she did have a dream regarding the. She equates it to a dream. She said she had a dream related to these aliens, and in this dream, basically, is she is on board an alien craft talking to one of these red-eyed entities, and they offer her a ride. They said, "Listen, you can ride with us. You can come in the UFO with us, but you have to leave your Bible behind. So you have to choose. Do you pick the Bible, or do you want to ride with us?" And at that point in time in the dream, Kelly chose the Bible and left. She made her choice. She made her choice to stick with the Bible, Christianity, instead of going on a UFO and maybe disappearing forever. And maybe that's a good analogy to what these things are. But that's what she kind of takes away from it. Is like these things are not here for our highest good. Now she had after these the series of events, she had UFO investigators come out from Australia. They looked into it. They tracked down some other witnesses. They tracked down the witnesses and who were like in the cars behind them. They all had similar sketches about the craft, enough so that. You could say like either they're all making it up or they all experience something together. And that's the overall encounter with these red-eyed hooded aliens that apparently are here to take our souls, at least in Australia. I don't know about America. We'll find out. But in Australia, they definitely want your souls. So
America, people shoot back.
Well, yeah, it very well could be.
You've had other. I was kind of surprised you didn't bring it up. You've had other stories of encounters where when someone calls upon God or Jesus, that it changes the encounter almost immediately.
I know, and I just haven't. I didn't get that yet. So, case in point, another red-eyed entity, Mothman. Where someone did encounter Mothman and cried out using the Lord's name to banish Mothman. Mothman also, too, during that encounter, dissipated when using the Lord's name for protection. And there have been several others, whether it's a gray alien or one of these red-eyed ones using the Lord's name. Now, in this instance, for Kelly, it did not seem to work. Maybe she didn't use it properly. And, it might be a magical phrase, Cratchy, that you have to use in a, use a prayer,
When she called out, wasn't it the creature released her shoulder?
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't let her on the craft if she brought her Bible. So there's definitely something there.
Yeah, so there is some connection there. Now, I know there are quite a few people that suggest the type of UFO or alien encounter you have is based upon your religious background. But this encounter, I think, demonstrates, regardless of your religious background, because there was a Muslim there and a hardcore Christian, they both experienced, by and large, this same event. Now, what happened on that craft with either one of them is unknown because they don't really remember that part. They just remember the interaction on the outside. Now, there are a few other popularized red-eyed entities that we found from all across the globe here. So the one I did mention, one of the more famous, Mothman from Point Pleasant, West Virginia, took place 66 to 67. Now, that's not really an alien encounter. It's more of a cryptid because that thing had enormous wings and glowing red eyes. But, glowing red eyes, that's the common thing here. Then there was another one from 1996 in Puerto Rico where a person saw strange hooded cloaked figures. And they also had glowing red eyes that were clearly visible under the cloaks. The person who witnessed this said that their movements were unnaturally fluid, almost as if they were gliding rather than walking, much the way Kelly and her husband experienced in that field out there. And when this person got close to these things, he reported that he was overcome with an intense mental flood of terror and a strong impression that these entities wanted humans to leave their vicinity immediately, almost as though they're using fear and terror as like a barrier so humans won't get anywhere close to them. But that's just what that guy experienced in Puerto Rico. And then another one from the 90s, because if you remember, Kelly's abduction took place in 93. This next one from Alabama is from 1994, where a person said that they saw an entity with a long, dark robe and a hood. And from beneath that, he could see two bright, glowing red eyes staring directly at him. He said there were no words spoken. Instead, he got a telepathic impression of danger, as if the entity was warning him to stay away. And, the man felt overwhelmed with fear. And he said the hooded figure vanished almost instantaneously, leaving no trace behind. And then there is like the strange ones, like from the 1950s, the Flatwoods monster case, where it's a glowing, almost robotic-like entity that was on top of a hill where a bunch of children and a mother witnessed this large glowing entity. But that's not even fairly close to what we were talking about with Kelly. And then you have the Roswell of Brazil case, where there was not a large red-eyed entity, but a 4-foot-tall entity, had a large head, brown, oily skin, huge red eyes, and I believe James Fox, the UFO investigator, had a whole big movie on this, where these three young women found this alien kind of huddled next to a wall in their small town, and they got the impression that it was the devil, and they ran home screaming after they encountered this thing. But there's a lot of witnesses that they said that this so-called red-eyed creature walked through the middle of town, and it was investigated by the local Brazilian authorities, and it is a very hot case. And there's been plenty of reports of red-eyed aliens, and it's typically not associated with anything good. And especially if they're wearing robes and hoods, definitely not associated with anything good. I think Jacques Vallée has looked into this. He's done plenty of research into red-eyed entities. especially in the book that he wrote, Passport to Magnolia. He catalogs a variety of events in the 1950s of red-eyed aliens, mostly in Europe. So a couple in France, one in Italy. And he interprets these things as older fairy and demon lore, noting parallels with elves whose eyes were described as sparks of fire in medieval legend. He interprets the reddish or fiery eyes as physical details alone, but they are as a marker for of something else, something more, something demonic, signaling that these beings may occupy the border between folklore and modern UFO phenomena. It's like this, the doorway in. But he says that Vallée, in reference to these things, rather than taking them as literal predators, Vallée positions them as part of a control system hypothesis, apparitions that adapt to culture, projecting terror and awe. So something that has always been with us, as long as humans have been around, it's just there. And it goes deep. There's a lot of different interpretations of what these things could be doing, why they're here, and they're definitely not like the Greys. So the Greys, Cratchit, if you remember, they don't often project fear or terror. They seem a lot more clinical. They seem to be performing a task. They want to take you on board their craft, either play with your hoo-ha. They want to insert something into you, and they seem to be able to communicate with humans and answer a few questions here and there. But for the most part, they seem like robots, automatons. They don't,
because they don't have souls, so they're empty shells.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So they're just like just a robot doing their job, and it doesn't feel as though the Greys, the black-eyed ones,
they have a quota of hoo-has they have to penetrate each week.
I would say so. Yeah. I mean, they're doing a job.
39 this week. Got to make up.
Yeah.
Last week was slow.
Yeah, it is. If you see the red-eyed aliens, guys, run away. The black-eyed aliens, they seem to be, it doesn't seem like they're going to do as much harm to you. The red-eyed ones want to take your soul because they need your soul to survive. They're almost like vampires, soul vampires.
Ooh, soul vampires.
Yeah.
Who claim to be your dad.
Yes, that is correct. So
be careful on Father's Day. You never know. Might have been a soul vampire this entire time.
Yeah. But we'll move on.
So I think what's interesting about that encounter is other people, including her husband, had much of the same experience, but no one else really leaned into it or really believed it.
Yeah, not as much as her. Yeah, maybe because of her religious quest. Maybe because she was trying to get closer to God. Maybe through her prayer, or you can call it meditation or prayer. That was what provoked it, but that's also at the same time what gave her maybe unique insight to their motivations. And this seems to be a thing that the more you meditate and the more you try to create a oneness within yourself, it almost seems like it sends up a beacon, and it suggests that send up a beacon. This person is ready to be interacted with in a certain way. Either we're going to take their soul or just abduct them. And the more spiritual practice you do, the more it will open you up to these strange paranormal experiences, whether you like it or not. It's just the way it seems to happen. You might think you're doing something good by meditating, but at the same time, you might be leaving yourself open to be attached to by a jinn or a demon.
Especially if you're meditating in front of a mirror.
Yes. Oh, God. Yeah, don't do that. That's a double whammy. But we'll get off this, and we'll move on to some other topics. And I'll do like a more on Patreon because I basically have like 45 more minutes of like theories and how to combat them, other breakdowns of encounters. So I'll do that on Patreon for people. I did too much research, is what I'm saying.
I know you'll release that on the Patreon feed, but just a quick question: are the other encounters generally similar in approach? That they try to do the "we mean you no harm," but they're also attacking, or they're trying to trick you by saying that they're a relative or somebody they know or something like that, where they seem like they're devious. No. This encounter, the one that Kelly and her husband had, seemed to be pretty unique. And I tried to look for other instances of these red eye entities communicating in some way, like verbally. Couldn't find much. All I found were projections of fear and horror in humans who just stumbled across these hooded red-eyed entities. And so this encounter seemed pretty unique, where there was some sort of verbal communication. Interesting.
Yeah. So I'll give you a choice here, Cratchit. We could talk about how there are rumors that Donald Trump may be dead or dying.
Aren't these like every couple of weeks we have another one where he's dead?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Or we could talk about the little girls in Scotland who are being accosted by migrants, which could be part of a bigger problem, which may be. We could also talk about the 3-Eye Atlas remote viewing exercise and what remote viewers saw when they traveled to that asteroid comet hurling towards Earth and the inner solar system.
Is that the three choices?
That's what I got. Yeah.
Then I 3-Eye Atlas all day long.
Okay. Well, bring this up. Because this has been a topic of conversation in this podcast and a lot of other places, that they're apparently, mainstream science are just saying it's an asteroid or a comet. We don't know which. It's a kind of like a little bit of both.
By the way, real quick, 19 minutes ago, Trump seen at his golf course. So, damn it.
Wow. So that could have been a Trump double.
No, it's clearly they are weekend at Bernie's-ing him.
Oh.
There's two people on each side of him at all times while he's playing golf.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
Wow, that's a big story.
Yeah, it is.
So
he doesn't often play golf, that's for sure.
With a person on each side waving for him.
Yes, is someone swinging his clubs for him? That'd be great.
Yeah, the guy's holding his club. And when asked, he says, "Oh, I'm learning how to golf better." Yes,
getting private instruction here.
Anyway, back to 3.
Yeah. So here we go. We are going to read some stuff about remote viewing the 3-Eye Atlas meteor asteroid comet thing. Yes. Here we go. This comes from adventuresinremoteviewing.com, so you guys can check that out. I'll put a link in the description of the podcast, the audio podcast, yes.
Yes.
So just give you a weird introduction here. So there's been many anomalies when it comes to this interstellar object that's coming towards us. Like not but a week or two ago, they said it may have been producing its own light. It's on a weird trajectory. There's even a new article here suggesting by Avi Loeb, the biggest proponent, that this is possibly an extraterrestrial vehicle, that it shows signatures of industrial production. Now, Avi Loeb's out here.
What does that mean?
Well, Avi is saying that because of the chemical makeup that they see, they're seeing things that wouldn't maybe naturally exist.
Oh, it's okay. Saying it's manufactured.
Yeah, manufactured. So, for example, what Avi...
I thought it meant it was industrially... It was manufacturing things. Like it was making roads or something.
So, it says... natural comets generally show iron and nickel simultaneously, as both elements are produced together in the ejection of supernova explosions. Is this anomaly a clue for a possible technological origin? So what he's suggesting here is, most notably, it seems to contain nickel, but not iron. which, according to Avi Loeb, is something you would typically expect to see in the industrial production of nickel alloys. That's what he is suggesting here. Now, Avi Loeb, he's been hell-bent on, it seems like, trying to convince people that this thing could be of like some sort of manufactured or extraterrestrial origin, and he's trying to drum up funding, I think. He's trying to drum up some funding for additional investigation. So he's producing a lot of papers to and making a lot of appearances to convince people. But when it comes to the remote viewing, yes, here we go. 3i Atlas is the third confirmed interstellar object discovered, according to NASA. But it is classified as an interstellar comet because its orbit is hyperbolic, indicating that it is not gravitationally bound to our sun and is merely passing through our solar system. Some astronomers have highlighted unusual characteristics that have sparked debate about its true nature. The initial size estimates could be up to 12 miles across, making it significantly larger than previously discovered interstellar object Oumuamua. Am I saying that right? I think it's
Yanomamo.
We're
a fierce people.
Yeah,
The Yanomamo were a fierce people.
that is correct. So when it comes to remote viewing this bad boy up there, so the project summary is as follows. This report analyzes multiple independent remote viewing sessions conducted on the target 3i Atlas. So the target number is listed here. During August 2025, 6 experienced remote viewers participated in blind sessions, producing an extraordinary level of convergent data. The consistency of specific technical details, sensory perceptions, and high-level data across independent sessions suggests genuine anomalous activity with feedback expected to be verified at some level during 3i Atlas's close solar approach in late October of 2025. While the data is compelling, we must acknowledge that multiple outcomes are possible and that the data might be skewed, exaggerated, or attributed to viewing specific aspects of collective unconscious, among other things. So they're saying, take this with a grain of salt. That's a fancy way of saying that. Am I wrong about that? But that's what I got out of it. So the project overview, read that. So the characteristics, I think that's what we want to get to. The primary colors, blue, white, and green, reported by 5 out of 6 remote viewers. The spherical circular elements are consistent across all remote viewers. The linear and geometric component reported by all remote viewers. The curved spatial patterns, vortices, universal characteristics across all remote viewers. And then what is also consistent is every viewer described a combination of biological and artificial elements. So the descriptions include structure and nature. It has a fuselage. Hull is part biological and artificial. Is an artificial asteroid having a shell or a shell-like outside, slimy gel-like plasma or liquid glowing, sparkling, radiating electrical discharge, staticky buzzing, pulsing, sonar metallic, porcelain-like, and 3D shape becoming hollow. I mean, these are just all descriptive terms separated by commas. There's a very long list of commas.
I could do without the slimy comets, though.
Yes. They say may contain liquid. It does have observational windows. There may be a spray that is generated in front and going backwards. It is self-propelling with kinetic energy and advanced technology. So when it comes to motion and behavior, it says lateral movement across. It's fast, high energy. It's a circular object. The object that are flat and moving very fast wants to preserve or hide itself as some kind of rock or boulder. So it's camouflaging itself and moving in a way to try to disguise itself. So as for its advanced descriptors from the remote viewers, it's saying that it's interstellar in origin. It's something tracked, and it's also involving communication. It's projection technology, possible beaming down energy technology. It's old. It's sickly in appearance. It is an ancient encampment, extremely durable, has open ports or openings with long tubes, may contain armor, defenses, or camouflage type ability, wants to preserve or hide itself as some kind of rock or boulder. It does say, like remote viewers are saying, multi-dimensional, time relative, cloaking, maybe hiding until the right time to be discovered. An aperture presence, not sure what that means. Also invisible, magnetic, shadowy, ominous, Machiavellian, transcendental. I don't even know what that means. What does
Machiavellian mean? So it's scheming. I suppose means, or there's the deliberate desire, or deliberate attempt to obfuscate or hide aspects of this craft or thing.
Okay.
That's right.
And so when it comes to technical or observational elements, all viewers describe sophisticated movement capabilities. It's using kinetic propulsion, gravity-fed, torsion-like energy, and interstellar engines. But, I mean, that's a broad range right there of, like, propulsion. There are notes from the remote viewers on craftsmanship, experiments, something being made. Multiple viewers described manufactured elements and also magnetic construction elements. When it comes to signs of intelligence, advanced non-human intelligence is noted. Multiple sessions report advanced technology, communication, tracking, and observation. Mentions of UFOs or program technology, AI, is also being mentioned. There is a robotic artificial intelligence aspect, which might be liquid and metallic in nature, which is interesting. They appear to be playing with our heads with feelings of superiority and uncaring behavior towards humans, which is kind of what we just kind of heard with the red-eyed aliens. They don't really seem to care about us too much, and they just want what they want, and will tell us that they come in peace. Let's see here. An intention of control, humans considered in the way. Well, I feel that way when I walk down the sidewalk. So
That the other humans are in your way?
yes, they're in my way, especially if they have baby strollers. Get out of the way. And it's the environmental context, galactic, space, atmospheric. So let's see here. When it comes to intentions, when it comes to advanced perceptions, themes, and dynamics by the remote viewers, when it comes to intention, this is what I care about. Intentions are bad intent, kidnap, study in use, explore, educate, eliminate failure, confuse, battle. They seem bored, aimless, and arrogant with the universe at their fingertips. When it comes to activities, collecting, probing, observing, monitoring, avoidance of detection to avoid life and protect life. Severe restraint is present on how we perceive them. Mind control or thought manipulation. Interesting. See, suspected potential involvement. This is what the remote viewer said. Humanoid, alien, robotic, reptile-like, a viceroy, a reference to the Nephilim, committee or committee members, humans in mass. That is just like a wide swath of everything that, like, it's hard to make anything of that. Emotions and behaviors, starstruck, in awe, shock, fear, panic, non-compliance, and a sense of attrition or fatalism. So what about the events dynamic? Let's see here. Okay, scare tactics. Events dynamics, capability of brain scanning technology may incite mass hysteria and or hallucination. Okay. May attempt to confuse deceit. May utilize mind-influencing technologies and beaming. Oh, that's nice of them. Great. So, let's see here. Verification.
What I'm not hearing in any of this, I mean, aside from the ones that said they're bored.
Yeah.
Or they're kind of, they've got the universe at their fingertips, so they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hearing any good things here.
No. Not like they're just taking their time. They're like Star Trek, where they just want to observe. They disguise themselves because they have some sort of prime directive of non-interference, and they just want to observe. I'm hearing nothing but bad things here.
Yeah, it's the best we have is the neutral one, and then it's all bad. So
pretty much, yeah.
You will become one with the Borg.
Do you think we can get Bruce Willis up there quick enough to take care of this?
He is in a home right now, and I don't think Bruce is doing very well.
So you're saying he's at home, he's rested up?
I guess in a way I am, yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
Really could use Mr. Falcon right now. Recommendations, continued monitoring.
Shoot all the missiles.
Maybe. That may be it. And if these are the true intentions, you could understand why NASA and the government might say, we can't tell anybody. You can't tell anybody about this thing. This is bad news. Okay?
And it's bad news. Bad things are happening.
What sucks is I'm supposed to go on vacation when this thing is going around the backside of the sun. We'll see.
Well, if it goes around the backside of the sun, that's good because it'll go back in time.
Oh, you're right. Star Trek 4, Voyage Home. Let's see here. Yeah, they're basically just saying, watch out.
Yeah, this doesn't sound like the good news that we're all waiting with bated breath to see what this thing brings us.
It doesn't seem good. That's for sure. Unfortunately, it does not seem good. Yeah.
That's right.
There are some pictures here. It's tough to make heads or tails of these pictures, what they really are supposed to be about. But I'll post it in the podcast description. Maybe I can put this in the chat GPT and it will tell me how to survive this thing.
Well, I certainly don't like the idea that things are some aspects of this are being hidden or camouflaged or potentially defensive shields. And it's also slimy.
Yeah.
This is I don't want hidden slimy camouflage aliens showing up.
So it's going to be closest to Mars. I'm sorry, on October 3rd. And then its closest approach to Earth will be on December 19th, people. Okay? So just in time for the holidays.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's Santa Claus.
Maybe. And then it's supposed to exit the solar system or the inner solar system right around March 2026. So.
Also like Santa Claus. All right, so someone out there knows there's got to be some sort of story, comic, movie, whatever, book where Santa is actually an alien and he's traveling around on a comet. Because if not, I guess I'll have to write that. Because it kind of sounds like what we're dealing with here.
Well, with this approach, there's got to be some calculations of the last time it's been here. Has there been any
Has it been here before?
I don't know. Like maybe 10,000, 20,000 years ago. It does appear to be on some kind of orbit, maybe, but you would imagine that if this was built by some ET race, it was built thousands, tens of thousands of years ago and put on its course if it's been traveling consistently. And then maybe the last time it was here is 40,000 years ago, 30,000 years ago.
Says hyperbolic trajectory. This orbital shape clearly indicates it originated from beyond our solar system. It's passing through the current solar system and will exit forever. It is not bound by the sun's gravity. So that's why we see Halley's Comet come back, because even though it's on a very large elliptical orbit, it is orbiting, or not orbiting, it's the wrong term. It is passing through, but it's affected by the sun's gravity, so it comes back every 76 years, something like that.
Oh, man.
I thought it was like 84 years.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Every 15 minutes. It's annoying. It's constant.
Okay.
Ooh, this says 3i Atlas, though, is traveling at over 210,000 kilometers an hour, 130,000 miles an hour, which is the highest speed ever recorded coming through the solar system.
Wow. Well, good for it. Land speed record. Space speed record, I should say.
They got their pedal to the metal on this one.
Slow down. We did say, be careful. If you hear the brakes on this thing, tuck and cover. Duck and cover.
Say tuck and cover?
Tuck in. Tuck it.
Tuck and cover for the trans community out there.
Yeah.
But that's that. So you joke about that, but that's always the indication. Like, are there course corrections? Does it change in velocity?
Yep. That's what we want to know. And
if so, then fire even more missiles.
It does.
Stop sending the missiles to Ukraine. Fire them at the Comet.
And this thing doesn't even have to stop or put on the brakes. It could launch things to Earth from it. Like once it gets to like its closest or near closest approach to Earth, it could launch things from it to get to Earth.
Doesn't have to launch things at that velocity. It could just
release them.
Yeah. Just completely kinetic energy on that one.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Stan says it's there is no orbit. It's interstellar and it won't come back. Well, that's what they want you to think, Stan.
Yeah.
It's going to land right on Kenny Loggins.
It's going to come back. Back to the future.
It's going to come back for those specials at Target. Maybe it's just here for the holiday shopping.
Maybe. We do have some great specials.
Sale at Penny's.
Okay. Well, we'll move. I tell you what, I'm going to open up just for a second. I will open the phone lines here in a little bit, but I want to thank a few people. So 3 stands sent me this.
3 stands? There's more stands plus the other stands? 4 stands?
There's a lot of stands. So 3 stands sent me this. It is WCW Hollywood Hogan bobblehead. Look at this. In the package, Hollywood Hogan. This is going to go back there where my cat. In fact, I'm taking down the cat.
What's wrong with that cat?
Cat's fine, but it's going to get a new spot. And then the Hollywood Hogan is going right back there. There we go.
You just threw that cat on the ground.
So thank you, 3 stands. I mean, in honor of Hogan, a fallen hero, we will put him back there and honor him.
I'm going to get off by cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.
Exactly. And then...
That is the official prayer of the Church of Hogan.
Yes. I think so.
Make sure you don't say it in mixed company. People get upset.
And then Adam sent this, and he says, hey, I saw this at the dollar store and figured I'd send it as an early jingle bingle. And I was like, oh, what is this? And this was at the dollar store. And he sent me a card pack of the Walking Dead card game, which I didn't even know they had. But apparently they have a Walking Dead card game. So...
You have to prop that up so people can see it. We can't see where that is. It's just up there on the shelf.
There we go, right there.
Right.
It's right there.
Yeah, like that.
It's there. It's hard to see. And then I got this, which is actually kind of relevant to today's discussion. This is written by Confucius. That's his Xbox name.
By Confucius himself.
Yeah, Confucius. This is what he says here, okay? Says, I have been listening to OBDM for about 10 years. It is far and away my favorite podcast. I found this Flatwoods Monster block set, and I thought it would make a perfect small token of my appreciation for all the hard work you, Joe, and Cretchid, and many more have done over the years. Thank you very much. And he sent this Flatwoods monster block puzzle thing. It's ages 6 and up. I think it's appropriate for me.
I can't.
And it's 60 pieces. I'm going to put that together, and I'll put that back. I'll put it together, put it there right next to Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Paul Kogan.
Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan.
So thank you.
What is that
people.
from? Did they have him do the line again? Say your name again.
You didn't say it good the first time.
One more take,
Hogan.
Hulk.
Hulk Hogan. Me. Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan.
This is the worst one right here. The first time.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan.
Paul Kogan. Paul Kogan.
Paul Kogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, that's the worst one right there. So thank you guys. I really appreciate that, and they will be honored on the shelf of honor.
Of honor?
The shelf of honor. They will be honored.
The shelf of many items.
Yes. Kind of like in D&D, you can have a bag of many things. I have a shelf of many things.
Shelf of holding.
I will go ahead and open up the phone lines right now.
Let's go ahead and take the phone calls.
Yes, for people wondering, you can call in to 513-461-2175.
That up on screen.
Yeah, right there on screen. And the first caller is going to get 5 pounds of pumpkin spice. Is that might be a deterrent for people to call in.
Here, this is your problem now.
I don't want to call in. I don't want 5 pounds of pumpkin spice.
Ugh. But you have to eat it all at once.
Yes. You have to use it in like one batch of cookies or in one drink.
Oh, God.
Oh, here's the first one. Right here. Congratulations. You are the winner of 5 pounds of pumpkin spice.
I'm sorry.
Woohoo! Yay for me. Pumpkin spice. All right.
Oh, it's Stan from Alaska.
Stan, are you legally allowed to have pumpkin anything in Alaska?
No, that's forbidden. That's verboten up here. Yep. No way.
Okay,
Actually, I'm sure at Costco they're already starting to pumpkin spice everything right now, even at the end of August.
Yep. I think September is September the official month where we can start celebrating Christmas.
It's right after Labor Day.
Well, if Santa, if he's on 3i Atlas, intergalactic Santa's on there with his red-nosed reindeers or whatever's on there. That's the lights. Remember the lights on 3i Atlas? You got to explain now. It's all reindeer, intergalactic reindeer.
That's some funky stuff going on. That's for sure. Which on your mind, Stan?
Well, there was this one YouTuber that was talking about 3i Atlas. He was talking like the corona of it was like half the size of the sun off 3i Atlas. So makes people think like, oh my God, this thing's massive. Well, it's just giving off a lot of gases, a lot of water vapor or whatever. So I think that's, some people could start claiming that's like wormwood or something. It's going to start spraying and leaving stuff, and it's going to be bad, and they're going to attribute all kinds of bad stuff happening to us from the comet passing by us. And it would be cool if it did like travel through time and like it went through the backside of the sun and then didn't come out the other end.
That would be creepy.
Like, whoa, where'd it go? Yeah.
That would be really creepy if we expect
It went back in time. Come on, we already talked about that.
Yeah, I know, but man, so creepy if it went back and like it never popped out the other side of the sun. Like we're all waiting it to come on the other side, and it just never happens. That'd be creepy.
Oh, and then like a few weeks later, a Klingon warbird pops out looking for humpback whales.
Yeah.
And we say, oh, sorry, you missed it by about 40 years. Sorry, they're all gone.
Oh man, it'd be crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think it is, Stan? Your best guess. Everything you've heard.
Yep.
What is it? Tell us.
It's just a giant rock in space.
Mm-hmm.
It's got it's billions and billions of years old.
Mm.
It's gonna zip on through, and we need to start preparing the names for the next one. So you got one eye was Oumuamua, the 2 eye was Borisov, This one's the Atlas, so we need to start coming up with 4 through 10 at least.
Okay.
So challenge the OBDM audience to come up with the next names for these interstellar objects.
Tom
Mitral
Shimabukuro.
The next one,
mitral thrombopedia.
Tom Pappard.
we can do Tom Pappard as I4.
Tom Pappard.
I4 Tom Pappard. Four-eyed Tom Pappard.
Yes. That's good.
If these things get common enough, we could get them to give them names like they do storms, just like it's Steve.
Steve the Comet.
Shaky Stevenson,
We
Joseph.
need to get more people with their eyes in the sky looking for Steve and other Joe and Tom and Peter. Yeah. Huh. Other than that, just wanted to give people an update. If you haven't been paying attention, the Russia-Ukraine war, ever since Putin and Trump were up here in Alaska, Russia's been stepping their game up and just really taking it to Ukrainians. And the Ukrainians have continued to really take it to the Russians, oil industry. So we got all these, oil refineries and pipelines blowing up and more, greenhouse gases going in the air and more deaths and more bombs going over. NATO's approved to have every European country provide 2% of their GDP towards this war effort. So, this is gonna go on for quite a while. Trump's using it as a distraction to talk about other things and getting away off of the Epstein list and those perpetrators all need to be brought to justice.
Yeah, that story went away. No one's talking about that much anymore.
Yeah, and if he lets Ghislaine Maxwell out of prison, I mean, it's like 1,000 times worse than Operation Warp Speed.
Yep.
So
Look at Russia.
But it just shows our government is
corrupt.
They're captured. Elite capture.
Yes, they're corrupt.
Elite capture.
They're all corrupt.
Yeah. So, in the interim, when I guess I got to ask for another update. When is Song AI 4-pack coming out?
Probably in about a week or two. I think we got enough songs to launch that pack. So about a week or two, maybe even this Sunday.
Yes, I think the song with the guy, the UK millionaire guy. What's his name? Steve Bachidi or whatever his name is.
Oh yeah,
that one's really good.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That is a very good song.
People have their favorite song. Pack 4 is going to have a lot of bangers in there, people. A lot of bangers, no doubt about that.
Will there be a B-side?
No, I mean,
you can do a B-side.
I mean, there are times where Cretched and I will produce songs about the same content, like radioactive wasps. I have one, Cretched have one, so those both are going in there. The Missing 411, the musical. I have one, and so does Cretched. So people will have a variety of different styles to pick from, different moods, different characteristics.
Yes, very nice. Speaking of Missing 411, so just everybody that isn't aware, so he is working on that next movie, National Parks.
Oh, did he finally get in there?
He did. They did legislation that allowed them, I think, with a crew of 5 or 6. As long as you have only 5 or 6 people, you can go in without a permit.
He found a loophole.
Yes. No, it's new government legislation.
They're swiggly wiggly.
He's actively doing it. I did buy tickets to the movie premiere. I'm thinking it's going to be in December, but we'll see if he actually gets it finished. Should be really cool for the 4th movie. Delving into, his angle on this is just how the national parks don't want to, kind of broadcast that they have people going missing from these places.
Yeah, it's bad.
Or the Oregon
bad
artist
for tourism
scene and for that kind of stuff. Yeah.
What are we doing?
Well, thank you, Stan. I'm gonna leave the phone lines open for 1 or 2 more callers. You got any? If you really want the pumpkin spice, send me an email. Give me your address, and we're gonna ship you out something.
Gross.
All right. No, I'll do it.
Okay.
I heard last show you guys were going to do it, so I'll email you. And to all of the OBDMers out there, yes, keep your eyes on the sky. And if you see through an atlas, put on your tinfoil hat.
Mm-hmm.
Go get the Alex Foil tinfoil hat and protect your mind,
Mm-hmm.
because it's going to be beaming things into our brains.
Yep, I agree.
All right, blow me up, guys.
All right, bye.
Later.
All right, probably a prank caller.
Definitely a prank caller.
It's going to be some sort of pumpkin flu in Alaska.
Yeah, it's going to spread out.
Like, why is there so much pumpkin up here?
Can you grow pumpkins in Alaska? I don't know. I have no idea.
It's a short growing season, but I don't see why not.
Caller, you're on the air.
Hello, it's me, the Queen from Beyond the Grave. Hello.
Hello, Queen.
Yes, that's right. It's about time, isn't it? Yeah. You said my name 3 times, and I had to say hello.
Yeah. How's it go? Go ahead.
Beyond the Grave. How's it going beyond the grave? It's going to ground. Very grand, isn't it? Yeah.
Hey, Queen, do you have pumpkin spice in the afterlife? What's going on with all the pumpkin stuff?
It's funny. That is a nice, funny. That is a good segue, Cricket, because I thought, I might call in and win me some pumpkin spice. We don't have it from Beyond the Grave. Not one time. Never. So how about you send me some of that pumpkin from Beyond the Grave, eh?
Yeah, it sounds like the afterlife doesn't have all the amenities we would hope.
Not even close. I can't even do nothing. No pumpkin spice, no pumpkin nice, no pumpkin blice, nothing. Not at all. Sometimes it falls right through. Right through. I eat something, goes right through me. Every time I drink coffee,
falls in the ground.
Immediately, right through me. It just, I don't know what it is. Everything just passes right through. Talk to me, doctor from Beyond the Grave, and you can't do nothing for me.
Well, we're sorry to hear that, Queen. It's nice to hear from you again. Do you have any parting words for everyone out there?
Well, yeah, of course I do. My parting word is
Oh, thank you. That is it rings true with our audience. Thank you.
Right, sure is. Remember, folks.
Okay, thank you, Queen. I think that's what he's doing.
I think the Queen's a fan of the longer version.
Yes. Yeah, like
It's like someone's trying to start an old car.
Just
won't turn over. You're flooding it.
Pretty good, huh?
Okay.
I'm curious why there are doctors beyond the grave. What is happening?
I don't know. Doctors are dying. Your doctor's probably Dr. Kevorkian.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper. I don't even think he's a real doctor, but he might be. He's probably credited somewhere.
Thank you, Dr. Pepper.
All right, Cratchit, we're going to shift gears and head over to your world in Cratchit's Crevice. Here we go.
Stay out of there. Before we get to the first story, I did have a nice, good close-up image here of the 3-Eye Atlas Comet. Turns out it is Santa Claus.
It is. Santa is on top of the comet and is being pulled by 4 reindeer. Just 4 of them, I think.
No, it's faster that way.
There might be more on the other side. Might be a perspective thing. I'm not seeing it. It's all right.
Oh, let me see. I'm all out of sorts here. Where are we going to start?
Now for today's news.
It's time for today's news. We need this. All of these things I got to prep. Get ready. Let's see. Where's my follow-up story? We'll start with some follow-up news. You like follow-up news?
Yeah.
This follow-up news has both a local news story and a video that we can share.
Oh, nice.
Get this into Carrot Shop.
Is this Labor Day news?
No, this is one of the biggest stories of the summer, which we have already covered twice. And here's a third coverage of it.
Oh, wow, okay. And we have video. Oh, 1 second here. I'll get everything lined up here.
Take it back. It's not a local news story. It's just the raw video of the event.
Okay, so up here, what we're seeing on the headline is Chuck E. Cheese is a little bit busy, ma'am, as police accuse costume rodent of credit card theft.
That's a funny headline.
That's a crazy headline. And what we're seeing is raw video footage of Chuck E. Cheese himself being, I think, arrested by police. This is body cam footage.
That's right. So if you recall, back in July, we initially had a story of a costumed Chuck E. Cheese employee being arrested, potentially for taking people's credit cards from the restaurant and spending them on Apple Pay things and then giving them to his girlfriend, who then got upset, apparently.
Okay.
We then had a follow-up story because we noticed during that initial coverage, there was a family entering Chuck E. Cheese at the time.
Oh, yeah. And the kid was crying.
We had a follow-up story from the crying family and then an interview with them about how upset they were to see Chuck E. Cheese not only being arrested, but his head being pulled off.
Yeah.
I'm upset by this.
They were very upset by that. And now we have raw footage of the event in question, so you can see the entire interaction with the police as they get in there to arrest this nefarious criminal.
And this comes from NBC News. What this shows is people care about Chuck E. Cheese. They wouldn't be running stories like this if it didn't generate clicks and traffic and stuff like that, but they're devoting valuable web space for this. Here it is.
Who's in the mouth suit? Was it the gentleman that was just up here? Okay. Chucky's a little bit busy, ma'am. Chucky, come with me, Chucky. Come on. Come with Chucky. Chucky, stop resisting. Stop resisting.
Oh my God.
You're being detained. Stop resisting. Let it go. Let it go. Do not cause a scene here, sir.
I got mine. Oh my God. They got Chucky in cuffs. Chucky in chains.
Children been dressed as cats?
Not my call, ma'am.
These are children. Well, he's a criminal.
The cops really should have dressed up as some other mascot, like either Ronald McDonald or Burger King, to not ruin the illusion for the kids. Like, it's one thing.
So if it would have been a couple of Major League Baseball mascots,
yes,
including the Philadelphia Fanatic,
yes,
in there, the Phillies Fanatic in there arresting Chuck E. Cheese.
That would have been less traumatic on the kids, because like, okay, costume mascot arresting another mascot, that's fine. That makes sense to a kid.
I'm gonna talk to you in a minute and let you know what's going on, okay?
Just come off the top. Won't hurt you.
I'm working. I'm just doing my job.
I gotcha.
Yeah, he needs to go to jail.
Is this a problem?
We're gonna talk.
We're gonna talk to you in a second.
How does this come off, man? Is it just like a normal shirt?
I gotta take this back. This is my work stuff.
Okay, we'll take care of that in a minute.
We'll do it. Put him in the car and read it.
All right, come on.
Go from there.
Man, what is going on, man?
Just hold on right here. You don't have anything that's going to poke me or stick me, right?
No, sir, man.
Right. Don't worry about reaching anything. Okay?
Chuck E. Cheese is hiding.
You got pants on underneath this?
I gotta take all this stuff off, man. I gotta get a dress.
Look at this shit.
What is going on?
Just pat him down. Just pat him down for now.
I didn't feel any weapons. So.
Do you have any weapons, knives?
I don't carry weapons.
All right, have a seat in here, sir.
I carry pizza. Yeah, so there is the surprising and very just devastating body camera footage from the cops arresting Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese, stop resisting, stop resisting. That will be marked on his headstone.
Got anything that's going to stick me or poke me?
Yeah, that's also like a subheadline on the tombstone.
Put that on my tombstone.
You're being detained. Stop resisting. Let it go. Let it go. Don't cause a scene here, sir.
It is interesting that they took that approach. I mean, not to say it was wrong, but they took that approach instead of like going to the manager, having the manager call the guy over, taking care of it in the office, and then walking him out, not in his Chuck E. Cheese costume.
Well, they could have lured him outside with some cheese.
Put some cheese out there.
Yeah, they could have.
Or in this guy's case, they could have thrown a few credit cards out there, and he would have gone out to pick them up.
Exactly. Drop some credit cards in the ground, like as like a line of Reese Pieces, like they did in E.T. And say, "Ooh, look, credit card. Oh, look, another one. Oh, look, another one." Next thing you know, he's outside in a squad car by himself.
Stan suggests they were shaking him down for tokens. I think alternatively, I like your theory better. They could have a line of tokens leading out to the police car.
Yep.
And he would have just followed them all the way out there, climb right in the back, and they're like, got him.
Yep. Well, it's troubling, but not unexpected, unfortunately. So let's carry on here, Cratchit. Come on.
All right.
Who's asking for a Labor Day rundown in my ear?
Labor Day right now?
Yeah, who's asking for the Labor Day rundown?
Fucking out of control shit.
We're on the air.
Someone in that control room is out of control.
Well, they don't belong in the control room then. They're out of control. Get them out of there.
Don't bother the talent while he's prepping his notes.
There's insanity in the control room tonight.
So let's go with this one. It's been making the rounds. It's another costumed character.
Oh, good.
But this time on the right side of justice.
Or the right side of the law.
That's right. And there is a local news story for this one that is indeed a local news story about this.
Oh, fantastic. Man wearing Batman-clad pajamas thwarts robbery attempts in Cape Coral neighborhood. Wow.
Perfect headline.
Yeah, it really is. Let's see if we can see over here, and we'll bring up these lovely ladies on the WINK winknews.com. Wink News, people. I've never heard of it, but that's what we're going with right here. So
Winky, winky.
Here we go. Wink News.
Team that's first, fair, everywhere. This is Wink News at 4.
Bats. A man wearing Batman pajamas stops a man from breaking into cars. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Lois Tomei.
I'm Amanda Hall. He was alerted to the thief from his doorbell camera, and his bat-like instincts took over. Wink News reporter Lauren Halpern has the story.
Usually, when you hear about Batman catching the bad guys, you think Gotham City. But right here in Cape Coral, it wasn't the Dark Knight. It was a neighbor in his Batman PJs, similar to the ones I'm wearing right now, who stopped a burglar in his tracks. It happened just after 2 o'clock Wednesday morning. Police say 20-year-old Justin Schimple broke into multiple vehicles and even a neighbor's garage, stealing sunglasses, cash, and hundreds of dollars in gift cards.
I went to bed that night and I knew for some reason I should have worn that particular outfit.
What Schimple didn't count on was Kyle Myvet, who saw the suspect on his home security cameras and ran outside, still dressed in Batman pajamas.
And I just grabbed him by the shirt and by his right wrist. And I just told him, hey, it's in your best interest to just sit down and
stop
comply.
resisting.
Also, in the
don't do this here.
Where is he? You know, it's not in me to just stand there and be a coward when I see that something needs to be done.
Police got there within seconds and arrested Schimple. Officers say while it worked out this time, stepping in during a crime isn't always safe.
But I would never go as far to encourage people to always do something like this because every circumstance
Sometimes.
is different. It's just a prime example of what we can do if we all work together as a community.
For Kyle, it was less about the pajamas and more about doing the right thing.
Hopefully we can just be better at being better people and stop focusing on just ourselves and try to figure out how we can help our community in not a selfish way. And then this way everyone's taking care of each other.
Police say surveillance cameras and quick 911 calls are usually the best defense. But in this case, even in Cape Coral, it looks like Batman does not take any nights off. Reporting in pajamas in Cape Coral, Lauren Halpern, Wink News.
Wink News, okay.
Why does she, by the way, she brings up the pajamas things twice. She's just wearing like shitty purple pajamas that nothing like the dude who looks like Batman.
I think she's wearing a Batman shirt. Those are like
it's a pajama shirt. She said it earlier on.
Yeah.
It's got a bat. It's a bat on it, but it's not the Batman logo.
No, it's not. It's just like
it's also not the right color. It's purple.
Well, maybe it's the classic Adam West 1960s version of the Batman. I don't know, but it doesn't look very good. But
no,
I wonder if this guy, like, sometimes I think there's psychological studies when you put on a mask, you act differently. It's almost like the uniform and the attire that you wear maybe emboldens you or informs your character of who you are.
Interesting you bring that up. Go to this link, also in Carrot Shop. Oops, didn't go in Carrot Shop. I lied. Damn it. It would have been a great transition. I've ruined it.
Sorry.
It's
okay.
Now go to the link in Carrot Shop.
Okay.
and he mentions specifically what you just posited.
Interested. Florida man in Batman pajamas catches burglary suspect. Gave me the extra confidence I needed.
Aw, shucks.
Yeah, sometimes people just need a little boost, a little extra something that gives them their confidence when they go out there and go out there into the world to fight crime or just to go shopping. Let's see here.
Most of this is a rehash. Skip to the second to last paragraph. Starts with without the person.
Without the person seeing me, I grabbed a hold of their shirt and right wrist and told him, listen, don't try to get away. I have plenty of experience with this, he said, who previously worked in corrections, so he did have some experience. I'm really glad I had my Batman pajamas on because that gave me the extra confidence I needed. Yeah, he did. He said it right there. He had a little bit of extra confidence wearing that bat symbol on his chest. Gave him probably a +5 constitution, +2 mental affinity, and probably a +10 hit point. So it was like a magically imbued magic pajama pants that he's wearing.
Which is good because the night before he was wearing his My Little Pony pajamas.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not going out there.
Yeah, you probably get beat up as soon as you leave the house.
You watch someone just get murdered out there the night before. He's like, I'm not going out.
Yeah, as soon as you leave the house, you're just getting punched in the face. Oh, God. Wow, fascinating little detail there. And this guy who got arrested is probably going to really have a hard time in jail for being caught by a guy in Batman pajamas. So
he's going to get all sorts of jailhouse names.
Yeah, he will.
Nice job, Joker.
Now, Joker's a cool name. He'll probably get like the Riddler. Who's the lamest Batman villain?
Ooh, that is a good question. What is the lamest? There's a lot.
Yeah. There's a lot of lame ones.
Who's the guy who's like the timekeeper guy, Mr. Clock or something? Mr. Glockenspiel?
No.
Batman villains clock. He's like
a pig man.
Clock King is the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, the Clock King is a lame name.
Mm-hmm. It's terrible.
Bigfoot.
I don't think Bigfoot's there.
Has Batman ever fought Bigfoot?
I'm sure. If Steve Austin, the $6 million man did, then Batman must have at least crossed paths with Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
If not, I'm sensing a new limited run series for Batman.
Batman on vacation and
yeah.
Bigfoot comes in and steals something from his campsite and now he can't let it go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It had to be a man in a monkey suit.
It's time for justice.
He stole my Bat Burgers.
Let's see what we got here.
All right, we're gonna move on. Here we go.
Okay.
It's the goof of all time.
All right, so AI is very popular these days.
Huge.
And to the point where people are making AI pictures and AI videos that are so realistic they fool you and they can think that something is real when it's not.
Yep.
Some Japanese authorities took it upon themselves and said, hey, well, let's leverage this tool as a way to warn people about what might happen. And here they made an AI video.
You got to warn people.
You do have to warn people.
Okay. Let's see here. Japan releases AI-generated Mount Fuji eruption video to encourage Tokyo residents to be prepared.
I love that headline.
Is this, I guess it's it's a good way to kind of let people know this is what could happen. It's also scaring the crap out of people.
Yeah, just run this on TV as people are walking down the street and they see it. Maybe they start panicking.
There is a video, Cratchit.
I think there's a local report, and if you scroll down, there is there's image of the actual footage that they created.
Let's see the actual. That looks very concerning, very ominous. What's going on here? Yeah, everyone has umbrellas, which is kind of cool, kind of fun. That volcanic ash that can't be any fun for Tokyo. No anime characters walking around there now. But let's take a listen to this report, which is essentially AI-generated fear porn.
Yes, actually, that is a good point.
Watch what would happen to Tokyo if Mount Fuji erupted. This AI video
Watch what would
made by
happen
the Tokyo government shows just how quickly disaster could hit. Mount Fuji is one of Japan's most iconic landmarks that beckons millions of tourists annually. But people forget it's also an active volcano just 60 miles southwest of Tokyo. If it erupted, the government predicts volcanic ash could reach Tokyo in just 1 to 2 hours. That ash could irritate your eyes and throat and shut down public transport, cutting off access to food and emergency supplies. The last time Mount Fuji erupted was in 1707, and it spewed ash for about 2 weeks.
Whatever.
Researchers believe the damage triggered a famine that lasted over a decade. Japan is located on the most geologically active part of the planet, the Ring of Fire, and is home to more than 110 active volcanoes. It's frequently hit by earthquakes, tsunamis, and typhoons. The video calls on people to stay vigilant and be prepared 24/7, stressing that here, it's not if a disaster strikes, it's when.
Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck?
Well, I think the people of Japan.
Yeah, Japan probably very, specifically Tokyo, very concerned about Mount Fuji. Not as concerned with Mr. Fuji, the wrestler, but Mount Fuji, the volcano. I think Mr. Fuji might be deceased. So
he also lives 60 miles southwest of Tokyo.
Thoughts and prayers, okay?
Or northwest. Northwest, yes, northwest. Whatever. Ask Yokozuna. Yeah. He can tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, what a busy afternoon it's going to be at my funeral parlor.
Jesus. What the?
Oh,
Yokozuna. I just fear porn. I guess it does serve a purpose. They want people to be prepared, and to even though we're told here in the United States you shouldn't be prepared, and that if you prepare for disasters, you're considered a right-wing prepper. But I guess...
What about Mark Zuckerberg? He's prepared for all sorts of disasters.
Yeah. I guess technically he would be considered a right-wing prepper at this point, wouldn't he? Because he's building bunkers all over the place. He is.
Including under your street right now with his aqua floor.
Yeah.
You will be prepared.
So yeah, and he also does jiu-jitsu, so he's definitely right wing at this point.
Yeah, he's probably just openly racist now.
Probably. Well, that was interesting, but we're going to move on to another story.
Well, you didn't even want to cover the rest of the story on that one?
There's
people
more.
Are all upset?
There's people upset? I didn't know there's people upset.
That was the crappy CNN, I'm going to film this in front of my freaking window. There's a whole story here.
I didn't know that there were people upset by this.
I'm upset by this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In no time, volcanic ash spreads to the heavily populated capital Tokyo, fogging up the air and blanketing buildings and vehicles. This is all from an AI-generated video released by Japan's government to warn Tokyo's 20 million residents that you should expect of Mount Fuji, the breathtakingly beautiful volcano that looms over their city, ever erupts. Let's see here if I can get to the outrage. So the video warns that volcanic ash could reach Tokyo within 2 hours, causing health hazards as well as disruptions on the power supply, traffic, and food distribution.
Yeah, skip down to where it says, let's see, where's it? Some viewed the Japanese authorities.
Some view the Japanese authorities' approach as alarmist, with well-intended warnings turning into deterrents for some tourists in the past few months. Quote, "It tends to be used to stir up a sense of crisis and fear," wrote one user on X. This is not the first time authorities have reminded residents in cities around Fuji to be prepared, and they're doing that. In March, the government issued guidelines recommending residents maintain a 2-week supply of essentials in the event of a full-blown spill. That's weird. Okay, spill of ash,
or somebody knocked over. I think it's
I'm all riled up.
Piled up ash could cause wooden houses with low bearing capacity to collapse. Yeah, I don't think a lot of the wooden buildings over there are built for this kind of stuff.
That's why Japan catches on fire and the entire city burns down.
The sky would be covered in black volcanic ash. Urban areas would be plunged into darkness. Even during the day, the government added. Even a small amount of accumulated volcanic ash could stop trains from running. And if it rains, the ash could accumulate to a depth of more than 3 centimeters or 1.2 inches. That could make roads impassable for vehicles. We'll just put on your snow tires. Should be good. Put on your snow chains. Logistics would be disrupted, making it difficult to obtain essential goods. Power lines could be cut by the weight of the ash, leading to power outages. So it just doesn't sound like a very good time for anybody over there in Japan if this happens.
And what's interesting is this story's on CNN, and you would think CNN would, being a top tier journalist organization, they would reach out to the municipal government of Tokyo to get a comment, which they didn't do. Because, why would you spend any time on this when we could just take this thing off of TikTok, throw together a half AI written, poorly phrased article with at least 2 bad links in there that I can find so far, and publish this crap and then complain.
Yeah, it's a big problem with modern day journalism. They don't like to do a lot of follow up or work. They don't. They don't like to do a lot of work, like asking additional questions to government policymakers or officials, they got like 1 or 2 quotes from people on the street, but that's it.
No, if you read it, it's actually from Twitter.
Oh, it's from Twitter. They got quotes from Twitter. Oh, my God. All right, yeah.
Oh, bullshit.
It is.
I did all this work from the turlet on my phone.
This is
Write
bullshit.
This and publish it.
All right, Crash, let's see what you got over there. Maybe you have something special. We'll see.
Mrs. Esterhaus.
It's not about Mrs. Esterhaus. It is about a movie. There's a movie coming out based on a Stephen King novel.
Oh, boy.
And there's a special screening where you can get involved just like the characters in the movie. Credit to Ivor and Discord for finding this one.
I don't think so, buddy.
No, it was him. He posted it. Or she.
Yeah.
Or Zher.
Yeah, Z. Special, the long walk screening will eliminate viewers who can't keep up on a treadmill. Okay.
Man, I got mixed emotions about this one.
This is a weird headline.
They should have put quotes around The Long Walk is the name of the movie.
Okay.
So special screening of The Long Walk is what they mean.
Special, the long walk screening. It's horrible.
Yeah.
So it's called The Long Walk.
Journalism, Mike. Journalism.
Yeah. In the dystopian drama, The Long Walk, based on the novel by Stephen King, young men set out on a challenge to walk until they can't walk any further. Last man walking wins while everyone else dies. It does not sound like a fun experience to anyone involved, but Lionsgate is giving one lucky audience member a chance to really understand what those characters are going through. A special treadmill screening that challenges viewers to walk at least 3 miles per hour the entire duration of the movie. I think I could do that, unless it's a 20-hour movie. Then it's going to be a problem.
3 miles an hour is faster than you think if you're walking. You can do it, but can you keep that up for an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it is?
Well, here's the problem. I like to eat popcorn when I watch a movie. And so if they have like popcorn and a big Coca-Cola holder when I'm eating and drinking and keeping up my pace, that's where it's going to be a challenge. And what the real battle is if you're eating Mikey Nikes or any kind of gummy candy that falls down on a treadmill, it gets jammed into the treadmill and gets looped back around, and then you're walking on gummy treats. It's going to be.
Well, you just balance it up by pouring some Coke on that; it'll wash off.
I guess you're right. You're right. It all. I'm going to ruin those treadmills.
Sir, could you please stop jamming popcorn into the nuts? It's crunchy.
So if you have to walk the entire duration of the movie, slow down and get ejected from the movie before it ends. The influencer-only screening will take place August 30th at the Culver Theater in Los Angeles. Let's see here. Directed by Francis Lawrence.
Wait. Go back to that previous one where it says Culver Theater in Los Angeles. Note the thing in parentheses right there. Read that.
Consequence called the theater to confirm that it was happening.
So this website just did more journalism about this little movie screening than CNN did for the entire story about the city of Tokyo trying to scare the shit out of people about a volcano.
Yeah, because they probably heard about it and it's like, we got to get confirmation on this. And so they called up.
Technically, they should have two sources for confirmation, but yes.
While the prize for making it to the end of the movie is not untold riches and a wish of your choosing, it'll at least be an interesting way to get your steps in. Yeah, it does sound fascinating.
Yeah, what is the prize for this?
I think you just get to watch the movie.
Do you still have to pay?
I don't. Well, no. I think it's a screening, so I think they're inviting like influencers on Instagram and TikTok.
Influencers only screening, but maybe you still have to buy a ticket.
Maybe. So the Long Walk stars Cooper Hoffman and David Jones.
I don't know who that is.
And two boys burning shoe leather, with Mark Hamill playing the cruel major overseeing the festivities. Oh, Mark Hamill of Star Wars fame. So he'll be in this. So it's nice that Mark Hamill's getting some work right here.
Look at the size of that thing.
Oh, after he returned to do the worst take of Luke possible in the crappy new Star Wars films.
Yeah.
I will not turn, and you'll be forced to kill me.
Yeah.
I wonder if they could. So to your point about traditional or typical movie snacks, I wonder if they could, make this a little more of a competition. Like everyone has to drink their Coke. Everyone has to finish a popcorn. Everyone has to eat their Mike Mikes.
And the people who eat the most at the end and maintain their pace on the treadmill, they win a prize. But you're probably gonna get a lot of cramps. You're gonna start cramping up a lot when you're walking like that and eating. And so
cramping is from dehydration. So drink more Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay.
Go away.
What about if they prescribe what snacks you have to eat? Maybe they have a whole tray of snacks in front of you, and they will say, okay, now you have to have a handful of popcorn. Immediately followed by a handful of Red Hots.
Yeah, or just crazy stuff.
One bite of hot dog.
Whoa.
And I did have the enchilada. Spicy chili plate, cheese enchiladas with chili con carne, large bowl of hot chili, and I went all whole hog back then. I also had their macaroni and cheese. Okay, I'm really getting hungry now.
He's got like a full spread on his treadmill while he's watching the movie.
Well, these days a lot of movie theaters have like full service restaurants in them. So
they do.
Maybe as you start watching the movie, about 10 minutes in, they bring out an entire plate of chili and macaroni and cheese and
chili carne and all that stuff.
Almost knocked over my Topo Chico.
Yeah, well,
and some Topo Chico to wash it down.
Yeah.
I was trying to gobble down a quesadilla during the break. Sorry.
Yeah. They're like, quick, gobble this quesadilla
before you get on the treadmill for a little extra energy.
I'm outside the control room eating a piece of pizza and drinking Topo Chico.
There you go. Okay. I think that's going to do it for us, people. We're going to get out of here. It's Saturday Fun Day. Why don't you go out there and enjoy the beautiful weather?
Okay, buddy.
What if they don't have beautiful weather?
Stay inside until there is beautiful weather.
Okay, buddy.
That's what I did in Ohio.
Wait for the beautiful weather, then go outside.
I got to say that this movie, Long Walk, kind of sounds boring. We're just watching people walk.
Who's going to be the first person to write a middling review of it that uses the phrase "the long watch"?
The long watch. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, maybe I'll watch the trailer later. But I like Mark Hamill. But I don't know if I like him enough to go see this in the theaters. But at least it's not a sequel. At least it's not a reboot or a reimagining. It's something new. That's good.
Well, it's based on a book, so it's not brand new.
Red 5 standing by.
That was the initial title when they were like...
Red 5 standing by. Yeah.
This is Red 5. I'm going in.
Well, until next time, people can go to obdmpod.com or ourbigdumbmouth.com, and there's a lot of links there. If you want to support the show, you can. Patreon, PayPal. We'll do a drawbridge donation soon to thank some people. Want to get into the Discord? It's $1 a month or more through Patreon. There's a lot of activity going on in there. Yeah, we got a Doomstorm coming up on Tuesday, I think. And
what do you mean you think?
It's kind of square. Like Sam's on tour. He'll tell me like day of or day before. He's like, hey,
Doomstorm, 10 minutes, go.
Maybe. He lets like Sam stays up until 3 a.m. And so when I wake up, sometimes like at 5 a.m. East Coast time, he's still up. And he texts me. He's like, okay, show today or show tomorrow. But it's today. And so
today is tomorrow, Sam.
He's a night owl. So he'll let me know.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's doing nightclub stuff.
Yeah, I get it.
Comedy clubs and all that. You're out till late on your way, so messes with your schedule.
Yes, it certainly does. But until next time, people, thank you, everyone. Shablagoo. Thank you, Cratchit.
And keep watching the skis because there's a special screening of that movie you can go to and maybe have some Mike and Ikes.
I know. Yes, this is all very interesting.
Deck 10, forward. Way to left. Jordy, increase power to shields.
Increasing power by 20%.
No effect.
That's about all. Shablagoo. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Until next week. Nanu. Nanu.
What is this place? I've never been here before.